Good morning and welcome to First Local Mornings here on TV. It is Tuesday, October 26th. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'd like to thank KC Securities for being our title sponsor. I'm Chris Olkhorn and I'm here with
Daniel LaPrade. Good morning to everybody out there. Make sure you warm up your vehicles once again.
Yes, I'm loving my remote start.
Yes, we did get some flurries again, but nothing really significant.
Yeah.
Just enough, coat things
Just enough that there was a little bit on my car.
Yes.
But luckily not too much that my car heater couldn't melt it by the time I got out there.
Yes.
So
it's not too bad, but we're not going to see temperatures really warm up a whole lot.
No.
We'll have those details coming up. So.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming up in sports. Thunderbirds sign a new player yesterday. They purchased him actually. It was a player development fee from a team out in Alberta but we'll have more on that a little bit later in the show. Also got some NFL and Major League Baseball news coming up as well. And of course, we will be with Doug Ford again today at 1 p.m. Today he's coming to you from Brampton. Now he is only with Christine Elliott today, who's the Deputy Premier and Minister of Health.
Right.
On the announcement. I don't know if Patrick Brown, as the Mayor of Brampton, might be there. I'm not sure exactly. They haven't really leaked anything on what this announcement's actually going to be about. So come back at 1 o'clock for that, because it's definitely going to have something to do with health if Christine Elliott's there.
Do you think they're going to be wearing purple today?
They should be wearing purple.
That's right.
Yeah.
As you may notice. I had to dig out a purple tie because I couldn't find a purple shirt. He's got the purple sweater.
Yeah, I got the purple sweater. And you can't see it, but my dress shirt also has a purple stripe in it.
It does, yeah.
So the reason why we're wearing purple is it's actually Dress Purple Day, and that is in support of vulnerable children, youth, and families. So if you like today, you can wear purple in support of vulnerable people across the province.
Yes.
Okay. Good times last night at council.
Yes.
So we'll just do a little bit of a quick wrap up of what happened last night. There's a bunch of contentious issues, McMeekin being the big one. We had a story come out yesterday. I'll get to the full details on that later, but McMeekin did not get passed. It was pushed forward to the budget. The mayor prior to yesterday basically had support of enough of council to get this McMeekin arena passed. I'll give you more details in a minute on how it was going to be passed. We posted a story yesterday, and then by the time council happened last night at 4:30, a bunch of councillors started asking a lot of questions, and then started to say they would not vote for it. Probably because they had their constituents calling in saying, why are you doing it this way? And I'll have more on how they were going to do it in a minute.
Right.
But also, they intend to spend $5 million on new buses. That was passed last night. The Jamestown Revitalization Plan, that's the thing that was leaked to us, and we showed you like 2 weeks before everybody else.
Yep.
That was passed. And then there was a downtown security motion. This was talking about putting in surveillance cameras like they have in London, UK, for example. And Senator Hollingsworth was kind of like, well, I did this identical motion back in 2017.
Yes. So
they've decided to put it off for the time being until someone brings it up in the next council meeting or a motion is passed again about it. So for the time being, they're not doing anything about downtown security. And exciting news in the world of stop signs. There's now going to be a stop sign at the corner of Gore and Albert Streets. I know, why didn't I lead with that? Because that was probably the most exciting thing that happened at council last night.
It's like the last time we had a stop sign.
Yes, the last time we had a stop sign, it was very contentious because the mayor voted against it.
Right.
Anyways, all the financial reports last night were passed as well. You can get all the details up at SiouxOnline.com. And their next meeting will be on November the 9th at 4:30. And we will cover that for you as well. Plus, we will have all kinds of stories coming out over the next week or so about what happened at council and what people think about it.
Absolutely. Yes, lots of stuff going on. All right, so continuing on with local news. We have a 16-year-old female that has been reported missing. The Sault Ste. Marie Police Service is requesting the public's assistance to locate 16-year-old Kaitana Byron. Miss Byron was last seen on October 23rd, 2020. You'll see a photo on your screen in the 700 block of Great Northern Road. She's described as being 5'3" tall with a thin build, brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a pink zip-up sweater, black track pants, and flip-flops. She is known to frequent the downtown area. Anyone with information regarding her whereabouts is urged to contact Detective Sergeant Mark Dubé at 705-949-6300, extension 114.
Yes, and actually they sent us that yesterday afternoon. So, and as of this morning, she is still missing.
She's still, yeah, it's
she's
up
still
on our
missing
website.
overnight as well. So, okay, as I mentioned a minute ago about McMeekin, we had a story come out yesterday about it. Now, to give you a little background, 2 council meetings ago, the last one in September, council passed a motion saying that we would not finance any capital project with more than 60% of debt. So they would get 40% either from the tax base that they're already bringing in, or grants from things like FedNor and stuff like that. And then in this case, they have decided 2 council meetings after that they will put in a special provision that they can finance the McMeekin Arena 100% with external debt. Well, why would you put in a policy like 2 council meetings ago limiting you to 60%, and then just 2 council meetings later, you're already going to start with exceptions. Yeah. So anyways, that story broke, and a lot of councillors ended up changing their vote last night, and the mayor, it ended up being about a 2-hour debate on McMeekin, including the mayor for going on for about 5 minutes about all you councillors supported this last week, why are you not supporting it now? So anyways, yeah, that McMeekin has been pushed to the budget. Now, the chief financial officer of the city, Shelley Shell, there's a mouthful for you. Yeah. The reason they put in the 60% provision is that having a formal written policy in the government where you institutionalize or make a rule of 60% clearly defines how you're going to spend your money. That you need at least some money in there to put towards a project. You can't finance it 100%. Now, the reason for, and this is the chief financial officer for the city, this is what she said: support good bond ratings, which is important. If your bond rating gets downgraded, your interest rates go up, and you pay more interest on the money we borrow. It promotes long-term strategic thinking because they wanted to finance McMeekin over 25 years. And also it helps to manage financial conditions in the city and comply with established public management best practices. So it only took council two council meetings to decide to go against public management good practices. So yay, council. Moving on.
All right, we have a Niagara area dog that's tested positive for COVID-19. But most pets are, oh my goodness, I can't even believe I have to read this. I'm sorry, people. I'm not trying to scare everybody here. But look at these. Oh, look at this. Producer Mike's just got them all. Look at these. Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's why I gave you the story, because
and then I got the story here. I don't think anybody can see it unless we zoom in, but I got the tongue sticking right out on my face here. Okay, a dog in Ontario's Niagara region has tested positive for COVID-19, although researchers say most pet owners shouldn't be worried. Positive tests for novel coronavirus in dogs are rare because they're typically asymptomatic and they get over the ailment relatively quickly. So this is the first one in Canada. He says that approximately 40 pets have tested only, out of the 40 pets tested, only the dog has tested positive. A cat in the study had some lingering antibodies from COVID-19, suggesting it had once been sick, but cats really don't care, so they'll just continue on. Weiss notes that other animals like non-human primates and minks are much more susceptible to the virus. And yes, animals get viruses, people. So please don't read this and think it's the end of the world.
Yeah. Don't call the assessment center to get your pet.
Yes, please don't.
Don't call Ontario Health and be like, I need my dog tested.
Wow.
When I saw that story came up on Canadian Press yesterday, and I'm like, oh man, I'm giving that to Dan tomorrow morning to read.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, all right. Okay, moving along to something more serious. Actually, still animal related. There's been the big issue in Mi'kmaq right now, Mi'kmaq First Nation, which is out in Nova Scotia. There's a lobster fishery dispute there between the lobster fishers and then the Indigenous lobster fishers, and who has rights to the lobster. Andrew Rickard, who's the chief of Garden River First Nation here locally, he spoke out about what's going on there. They had the protest last week. There's also the protest with Serpent River and Mississauga First Nations as well. And this is what he said. He's asking for the RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki to resign. And what he basically said that over the last couple of years under her leadership, she has denied that systemic racism exists in their ranks, where reports, experiences, and accounts have said otherwise. The RCMP is standing idle while the equipment, fishery building, and there was a fishery building burned down by the fishermen, in the Mi'kmaq fishery building. And vehicles of the Mi'kmaq are destroyed, lives are being threatened, and intimidation a daily occurrence. Non-Indigenous fishermen have no say in these matters. It's a nation-to-nation relationship with Canada, and its government is where it rests. So obviously, Chief Andy Rickard is obviously not happy about what's going on there, and he's right. It's actually should be decided between the Mi'kmaq Nation and the government of Canada. And the RCMP is the police force of the government of Canada. So
absolutely. Yeah. Okay, before we get to weather, we got Highway Through Hell, Northern Ontario edition here. So a transport was removed after becoming ditched near Old Mill Bay. Old Mill Bay was closed for a period of time Sunday as crews worked on removing a transport truck that ended up in the ditch Saturday night. The transport left the road shortly after midnight Saturday. North and southbound traffic near the scene was closed for several hours as the transport truck was righted and removed. No injuries were reported. The highway was reopened Sunday afternoon. So there you go. And there wasn't even bad weather conditions for that.
Wow.
So when the weather gets bad, it's like its own.
There's a couple hills coming from Wawa direction that they have a lot of problems with in winter. Yeah. There's that really huge hill. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like almost a kilometer.
Yeah, like through down near Montreal River, I think. Yeah. There's some. That's why it always closes in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's look at the camera outside. Ooh, Mike's getting fancy.
Oh, wow, look at that. A slide across.
He did the swipe. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're looking back at the pavilion and the marina there. The camera's moved back to that with the bridge in the background. It's not bad. It's cloudy. Well, we are going to see probably mainly cloudy and maybe some sunny periods today throughout the day if we get a couple. But then we will see things change back up tonight. But I'll have all those details coming up as well as your 3-day weather regional temperatures. So make sure you stay tuned. Cameras brought to you by wirelesscom.ca. I'll be right back after this break with your full weather details.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road, a few sharp turns, and doing things for what we adore but might regret later? A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
211, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm really worried about my sister. She doesn't leave her house much. She doesn't even come to our family things. I barely see her smile anymore.
Can you tell me a bit more about the situation?
I think her husband might be... I don't know. Whenever he's around, she's nervous, like she doesn't want to make a mistake.
Do you think that he might be hurting her?
I think so.
Okay, let's figure out how we can help your sister.
At Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, we want everyone to build a life that they love, and we teach you how to get the results you want in your mind and your body. Introducing our new small group classes to provide you with a happy and healthier life. Our small group classes are limited to 6 people to provide more personal coaching while having the supportive group environment. Classes are 10 weeks, and each week you will receive fitness and nutritional guidance that are tailored to your needs. Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, we inspire you to move.
And good morning. Welcome back to First Local on your Tuesday morning, October the 27th. Hope everybody's enjoying their morning so far. And we'll thank all our sponsors. We will thank KC Security for sponsoring the show, Northern Lights Detailing for sponsoring our weather. They're at 632 Great Northern Road. And wirelesscom.ca for sponsoring our camera. And I have my phone because we're going to mention a couple of Facebook good mornings. So, good morning to Amanda, Mark, Juliana, Mike, and another Mark. We have two Marks, one with a C and one with a K. And good morning to Allie as well, and Bev. If I didn't get, I think I've got everybody there. So thank you everybody for viewing the show and interacting with us on Facebook. We really appreciate it. And if you have a birthday shout out, anniversary, leave it in there for us and we will mention it on the show. So let's look at our radar and satellite. We're still seeing lots of cloud cover here. We do have some pockets, there you can see the blue, we do have some pockets of snow showers moving our way through in our region, kind of going east towards Elliott Lake and Sudbury right now. We will see some lingering flurries this morning. It will move through and then things will clear up. We'll still see cloud cover, but we won't see too much precipitation for the day. So let's get into your expected highs for the region today, which are 1 in Thunder Bay, 2 in Wawa, 1 in Timmins, 4 here in the Sioux, and 2 degrees in Elliott Lake and Sudbury. And our overnight lows, well, this is going to be pretty easy. Oops, we're back to the radar here. Okay, we're ready. There we go. Thank you, Mike. So we got zeros across the board in our whole region with the exception of Timmins, which is at -2. So I won't name everything off because you can see on the screen that it's pretty much 0. Okay, so we're sitting at 0 as well out there. We have some clouds lingering. Flurries will end early this morning, then we will clear up a little bit. Winds will become southwest, 15 kilometers an hour. They may gust to 40 around noon, depending on how things go, and we will see a high of 4 degrees before we get down to 0 overnight with partly cloudy, periods of snow or rain beginning before morning. And it's going to feel like -1 today with the wind chill, so do dress accordingly for that. Getting into your 3-day forecast. Wednesday, we're looking at overcast. We do have a chance of periods of snow rain mix in the early morning as that clears out. And then we will see the winds become west, 20 kilometers, becoming lighter in the afternoon. We'll see that high of 6. And we will see overnight a low of 1 degree, cloudy periods with a 60% chance of rain showers or flurries. Moving on into Thursday, things continue to be a mess. We do see a mix of sun and cloud for the morning, but then 60% chance of flurries moving in, and then rain, snow showers for the rest of the afternoon before turning to cloudy periods overnight on Thursday. And as you can see, it's going to go from 4 degrees on Thursday to -6 overnight. So that is going to be quite chilly. We're not going to warm up much on Friday as it does clear up, so it will remain cool. Only a high of 2 degrees, but we are looking at sun on Friday. And yes, it's going to stay cool as well, -3 overnight. And we're going to see mainly clear on Friday night as well, -3, and then things will be shifting back again on the weekend once again. So I'll have those details, although Halloween is still looking to be the warmest day of the week, so we'll have your Halloween details coming up with the 7-day, and we have the Weather Watcher coming up shortly as well. So thank you very much for everybody tuning in. Go to SiouxOnline.com, check all the stories that we present to you, as well as the weather, Weather Watcher photo, everything is there for you. Thank you again to Northern Lights Detailing. They sponsor our weather. They are at 632 Great Northern Road. Go and mention that you saw their ad here on Sioux Online or on TV, and you'll get 10% off any service that they have to offer there. So go and see Marnie. Chris and I will be back right after this break with more news, so stay tuned.
Game. What do you got to say to that?
I was arrested.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
You know what? You got spunk.
Well, I hate spunk.
Welcome back to your special report for Tuesday, October the 26th. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Casey Securities, for your title sponsorship. Make sure that you follow us online and on TV. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you go follow us in all those different spots, because then you get to see some behind-the-scenes things. Yes. We post some more information on certain stories. We do polls. There's all kinds of different things we do on our socials. So please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, speaking of birds, the Thunderbirds have acquired. Do you like that? Eh? Nice segue.
So look at that.
Went from the tweets to the birds. Okay, forward Ryan Williams is coming to the Thunderbirds for the coming season. They're getting him from the Richmond Royals in exchange for a player development fee. Now, he's originally from Edmonton, Alberta. He played with 3 different teams this past year, the Cochrane Crunch, the LA Lake Wildcats, and the Richmond Royals. While there, he spent most of the season with the Royals, where he scored 4 goals, 6 points, and 35 penalty minutes in 15 games. He was selected in the 11th round, or 118th overall, in the 2016 CCHL Bantam Protected Draft. He stands 5'11", 165 pounds. Thunderbirds manager said, "We're excited to have Ryan in our lineup. He's a talented and hard-working player. Welcome to Sault Ste. Marie, Ryan. And hopefully you will get to play hockey soon."
Yes, congratulations. Okay, NFL, LA Rams 24 over the Chicago Bears 10. So 24-10. Both teams are now 5-2 on the season. And it's moving along quite a bit. Now they're halfway through the season. Speaking of teams getting close, tonight the LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays will play Game 6 of the World Series final. And right now the Dodgers are up 3-2. So either the Dodgers will be sipping champagne tonight, or the Rays will be forcing a Game 7. That's right.
So make sure you watch that tonight. I'm sure it's going to be exciting one way or the other.
Yes.
So, but we will be right back with your 7-day forecast right after this.
Did you know that 1 in 3 people are affected by fire in their lifetime? Or that 1 in 3 fire deaths happen in homes with no working smoke alarms? You may have just seconds to safely escape a fire in your home. That's why early detection of fire is absolutely vital. Only working smoke alarms provide those precious seconds you and your family need to safely escape. Install smoke alarms on every story and outside all sleeping areas of your home. For added protection, install a smoke alarm in every bedroom. Test smoke alarms monthly by pressing the test button. If the alarm doesn't sound, install a new battery. Replace alarm batteries at least once a year, and whenever the low battery warning chirps. And if the alarm still doesn't sound, replace the alarm with a new one. Smoke alarms have an expiry date. Remember to check the back of the smoke alarm for dates of manufacture. Replacement is within the time frame on the manufacturer's instructions. In most cases, 7 to 10 years. Always replace expired alarms. Remember, it's the law in Ontario to have working smoke alarms on every story of your home and outside all sleeping areas. Failure to comply with the Ontario Fire Code requirements could result in a fine or even jail time. So protect yourself and your loved ones by ensuring that all your smoke alarms are functional and up to code. For more fire safety information, please visit www.saultestmarie.ca/firesafe.
For all those times. Every 3 seconds, someone will develop Alzheimer's, a fatal disease that steals your memories and makes you forget the people you love most. Fortunately, there is hope. Today, researchers believe a cure is just a few years away.
It's okay, Daddy, you can go. Just go.
For just $9 a month, you can fund research for a cure and make history by ending this disease.
Good morning and welcome back to First Local, just after 8:25 on your Tuesday morning. So we're going to look at our 7-day forecast and we'll thank our sponsors once again. Northern Lights Detailing is sponsoring our weather. They're at 632 Great Northern Road. Wireless Com sponsors our camera, which you see the photos every morning of our downtown, and KC Security is our title sponsor for the show. So looking at the 7-day forecast, we're going to see some clouds on Wednesday before sleet and rain returns on Thursday, sunny on Friday, and warmest day of the week is going to be Halloween with a mix of sun and cloud before we get back down to 4 degrees on Sunday and up to 8 on Tuesday once again. Overnight lows, we're going to dip to -6 on Thursday night, and that's going to continue through, and we'll kind of bump back up, and then we will level off at 3 degrees on Tuesday night. So let's look at our Weather Watcher photo, which is some fall leaves. This is another one sent in by Sherilyn, so thank you very much for that. This was taken at Hiawatha Highlands. So if you have any photos or videos weather related, you send them to ontvweather@gmail.com. Include your name and location. They will go on the show here, First Local, as well as up on SiouxOnline.com, which goes to our social media as well. So there we go.
Awesome. And already, we started a series this past Friday night. It's called Crime Running Wild in the Soo. We had a story, the first one on Friday night. We were talking to people all over in different communities across Sault Ste. Marie about crime happening there. I encourage you to go read that. We have another story that came out last night, also in the Crime Running Wild in the Soo series. It's called Some Counselors Respond. 3 counselors did respond to us. We reached out to all counselors, plus the CAO and the mayor and so on. But the people who got back to us were Councillor Sandra Hollingsworth, as well as Councillor Matthew Shoemaker, and also Councillor Luke Dufour, who sits on the District Social Services Administration Board. And I'll just tell you one thing that he was talking about. They are wanting to train and supply the paramedics with Narcan. Currently this service is only offered by the firefighters. Okay. So they're going to increase the amount of people who have the Narcan, and that's for people with overdoses, certain types of overdoses, specifically opioid type overdoses. So I encourage you to go to our website and search for the Crime Running Wild series.
Absolutely.
Look at that just wanted to go away.
See?
It was trying to run away from my hands.
And speaking of crime, a man has been charged with robbery. On October 23rd, officers of Patrol Services arrested 29-year-old Anthony Anderson for robbery. At 7:39 p.m., the accused attended a business in the 200 block of McNabb Street, the ever so popular business that's always getting thefts. Selected approximately $145 worth of items, $145 worth of items rather, and left without attempting to pay. Security staff approached the accused asking for the items to be returned. The accused resisted and bit a security staff member. Security was able to gain control of the accused and held him for police. He has been charged with robbery. He is scheduled to appear in court on November 30th, 2020.
He bit them?
He bit them.
Wow.
Yes, he attempted to bite the security guard.
That's very primal.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Scott Moe and the Saskatchewan Party won a majority government again in Saskatchewan last night. This makes Scott Moe the longest serving premier in all of Canada. Now, they had a bigger majority in the last election, but they need 31 seats to be majority. They're ahead in 40 of the ridings. They had 46 seats before, but there was also 2 empty ones. And they were up against the NDP. The Liberals are basically non-existent in Saskatchewan. kind of similar to how it is in Alberta, where it's just basically NDP and the Conservative Party. Saskatchewan Party is basically the Conservative Party in Saskatchewan. So
congratulations.
Congratulations, Scott Moe. You're a premier for another 4 years. And also, we had 851 new cases of COVID-19 in the province yesterday. We had, that means our rolling 7-day average is at 878 people. And we will be back at 1 o'clock with Premier Doug Ford from Brampton. Make sure you join us then. Have a fantastic morning.
Take care, everybody.